So one question I get from students a lot is, how did I make that sound? That is what's called a pinch harmonic, and it's a little bit different from regular harmonics, where in a regular harmonic we're kind of just lightly touching the strings and making them vibrate, but instead of vibrating between the nut and the bridge, it's actually vibrating with standing nodes, as they're called. So if I were to fret here at the 12th fret, let me turn the guitar down some, it doesn't sound the same as if I played the open string. So what happens when I'm touching it, I kind of keep it from vibrating there, so it's kind of vibrating between the 12th fret and the bridge and the 12th fret and the nut. And as I touch it in different places, those harmonic points then vibrate. So if I were to touch it here at the 7th fret, I would essentially have this part of the string vibrating, it kind of standing still here, this part of the string vibrating, and it kind of standing still up in here. So you get different pitches because you're shortening the vibrating length of the string. How a pinch harmonic is different is that when I'm plucking the string, I'm also using my thumb to touch it to kind of do the same thing as I was just doing with my finger, where I'm kind of stopping the vibration at that point. So depending on where you strike the string and what note you're fretting, you're going to get different pitches of harmonics. What can make this difficult is that where you actually pick and use the little thumb technique differs depending on which note you're actually fretting. Let me show you what it looks like here on my second camera. You'll see that the way I'm holding the pick, just a very small tip of it is actually showing. And that enables the fleshy part of my thumb to actually touch the string as I pick. I'm also using, this is one of the Dunlop .96 millimeter picks. So this would be kind of equivalent to a heavy, or see how well it comes into focus there. But I want something kind of stiff. If it's got too much give to it, it's not as easy to do. Billy Gibbons famously uses a shaved down peso, a metal pick basically, shaped like this to be able to do the same thing. And it just takes practice to kind of figure out where to play along the string length depending on what you're fretting. Another thing, the tone. Right now I'm running through the Boss Katana. I've got it set on like a overdriven brown lead, arena rock sound, whatever. The more gain you have, the easier it is to pick up these harmonics. So if I don't have a lot of gain, it's not as easy to do this. But the more gain you have, the easier it's going to be. So you'll want to use an overdrive or some kind of distortion. And essentially, let's say I'm fretting here on the D string at the 5th fret. So I'm playing a G. Depending on which guitar you're using, because of the scale length, somewhere right around in here, there should be a harmonic. And it's going to be very high because I've got several different nodes along here where it's vibrating. It's kind of like if you've ever played with a slinky or a rope, where you can kind of snake it, but it kind of sits still in the middle. Same kind of principle. And so you can see on these two different points, I'm getting different pitches. Let me turn it up just a little bit so we get a little bit more drive. And again, that's going to change when I fret a different note. So now let me go up to the 7th fret on that D string. So this is going to be an A note. And it's not exactly going to be in the same place. But it is close. This is where kind of the experimentation comes in, and you kind of get a feel for where the different notes are. And they tend to be along the same lines because the string lengths, when you fret at a certain fret. So when you play anything along that 7th fret, the harmonics are going to be about in the same position on all the strings. So when you hear somebody playing and they're getting different notes, they may not be changing what they're fretting down here. They're literally changing where they pick. So, again, hold the pick tight. You don't want to have but just a little bit of the pick be showing, and just experiment with it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click that bell icon so you'll be notified anytime I post new content. And until next time, keep practicing like pinch harmonics.